Well, welcome back, my fantastic artistic friends. Are you ready to do a nice big painting? Happy days. Right, what I've got done up here on this Winsor & Newton canvas panel is it came white from the store and came white primed, ready to go. I took some black acrylic primer spray paint and I just spray painted the edges, and you get like a little misty area where the spray sort of like splashes over. So we've left the inside white, allowed that to dry, and then here and there and there and here I've painted some indications of some tree trunks in black primer. Allowed that to dry completely. Then on the inside I coated that in a very thin layer of liquid white. Put it on thin enough you can still see the indications of the trees in the background there. And on the outside where we've got the spray paint, I painted that in liquid clear. So it's all slick, ready to go. Let's paint a nice little wintry scene that's really warm. In fact, it's one that I've done previously on another channel, very similar to one that we did on the Treasures channel many years ago. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some Indian yellow and just tap that into a clean dry paintbrush, some Indian yellow, and I'm going to pick out where the light spot is, and I'm just going to go just about there. And that Indian yellow will give us a nice sunshiny glow. We've got a path, we're going to have a path that winds through the woods with a bit of snow and some other things. Okay, we want a little bit of Indian yellow just there, just glowing. But it's above halfway and it's towards the left hand side of the paint. You don't want it bang smack in the middle, or else we're going to end up just making a little bit of a fried egg. We don't want that. We don't want that. Okay, I'm going to go into orange now. Beautiful orange colour from Winsor & Newton. Tap in a bit of this orange and we're going to put that up there. And we're just going to make little crisscrosses or little X's, swoosh them in, a little bit of orange. Add a bit more if we need to. And it's transparent enough so we can see some of the dark trees underneath. And maybe even come across the bottom there. There we go. And just feather that out. It'll mix with the liquid white that's on this part, and then eventually it'll get to the liquid clear. Okay, I'm going to add now to that a tiny bit of alizarin crimson. Okay, we'll put some alizarin crimson on this one. So pull it out and tap. Even distribution of paint in the bristles, and just let's put a little bit of alizarin crimson on there. I love this painting. It really is nice. Come all the way down as well. It's starting to turn now. We've had a false autumn in the UK, a false autumn, and all the trees are beginning to lose the leaves a little bit early, and the fruits are all out a little bit early. That's because we had such an amazing heat wave. It was crazy, but it won't be long before the snow starts to come. It won't be long. Need to get the big coat out and the heaters on. If you painted with me in the beginning of the year when the channel started, you know we had to have the heaters on and it was very cold in here. All right, just add a bit more alizarin crimson and just fill in this. That can be as a horizon line, just about there, something like that. Okay, and just take it a little bit further out, like so. Again, you can still see the trees that are in the background. There, like that. Love these neutral earth tones as well, these lovely colours. We'll blend it all together when we get going. I think to that I'm going to add a tiny bit of... Right, so what I've got done from a previous painting is a bit of sap green and alizarin crimson mixed in equal quantities. Now you can pre-mix this, like this already is left over from last week's painting, which I'm doing on the same day, but you'll see it, you'll see it a week after. But so it's there, just like that. It's alizarin crimson and sap green, and it makes a lovely chocolatey colour. And you can take this chocolatey browny colour. You can take that colour to the green side or the red side, depending on how much you mix of it. And we'll pop that up there, just like so. And if you don't want to mix that colour, if you just want to use a normal brown, Van Dyke brown is good as well for that. There we go. And because there's no liquid white up here, we're going to get a lovely browny tone to the edges of this painting. Maybe grab a bit more. And if you get a bit of a green streak, which we haven't done, but if you get a bit of a green streak, that's all right. If you get a bit of a red streak, that's all right. Remember, it's your painting. You're in control. Okay, so with that done, maybe just wipe the brush off a little bit down here. Not too much. I'm going to put some nice snow-covered bits and pieces down here, but it's a good way to get rid of the excess paint. Okay, big, large, clean, dry brush. Okay, let's get another one. That didn't look too dry. That's better. Okay, so start off in here, in the Indian yellow. And I love using these big 2-inch brushes for blending the skies because it covers a lot of area quite quickly. And absolutely does blend. It's got strong enough bristles to actually move the paint and blend the paint together. There we go. All the way around, right to the edge. Now, you don't want to go from the edge inwards and take this brown paint into the paint, into the centre. You'll be cross with me. All right, then just very gently take out the brush strokes all the way across, just like so. There. We're going to wash the brush, odorless paint thinner, shake off the excess, and then give it a good rattle. Shake, rattle, and roll, yeah? All right. Now you can see there's some little indications of some trees in the background there, but we're going to put a few more on. Okay, so I'm going to take a little rounded brush, and we're going to think about his path first. So maybe his path is going to be about here. In fact, let's grab a fan brush. That might work a little bit better. I'm going to take some of that chocolatey browny colour that we made. Okay, sap green and alizarin crimson. And his path is going to start about here. I'm going to start about here. And we're going to, you can see I put some black in where, just like guidelines of where the path is going to live. So I'm just going to rock the fan brush left and right, swoosh it in like so to create a nice little path. Once we've got his path in place, we can start constructing the forest around. All right. And of course, the path wants to be thinner towards the focal point and wider down here. All about perception and perspective and like that. So just let's take some more of that paint and just let's rock in this path. And again, if you get a streak of colour, that's all right. You know that's all right. There, like so. Just take it all the way back to nothing. All the way back to nothing. Okay. In fact, I'm going to grab a tiny bit of black, and in places we can put just a tiny bit of black. Now, Paul Ranson, he painted a similar painting to this once upon a time, with a bit of a puddle in there. That was absolutely beautiful. Can we fit that in? It's just come to me now. Shall we try and do that? Why not? Why not? Why not? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some blue. Okay, just wipe the brush off. I'm going to grab another fan brush and we'll put like a little frozen puddle round about, I'd say about here, yeah? Just about there. So let's grab some blue. This is phthalo blue. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay, so where do we say? About there. Pull that down. Okay, then let's grab a little tiny bit of white to go in with that. again, just pull that down there like so. Maybe a bit more there. Oh, that's a nice colour. That's a nice colour. Okay, just pull it straight down like that. So now big blue eye there, but that's okay. With a clean dry brush, I'm just going to gently go across that. Okay, and then I'm going to grab some more of this brown paint and then just go across the front of that there like that. We'll put some little watery lines in a minute. Let's get a sneakier little brush. Let's get a sneakier one. Okay. Grab a bit more of that brown. There, like that. Just put the path back in. Right, so that will give us our nice little path. Of course, we'll work on that puddle later. You know we will. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to paint some little trees and background material, and if I can find the rounded brush, some little bushes back there. Let me clean off that blue. Don't want that blue as such in the white paint. Okay, just like that. Alright, so I'm going to take some white paint. If you get a bit of the other colours in there, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it too much. And I'm just going to tap in there, just tap. Now you might not be able to see this properly just yet, but you will do eventually. This is just white paint. Go over your trees because we're going to come back and put some of these in. And again on this side, we'll have a little bit there like that. Now push that path back deep into the painting. Just there like so. Like that. That's cool already, I think. That's looking cool already. Alright, let's put that brush down. Too many paint brushes, not enough space. Not enough space. Let's clear a little space. Get rid of you. Okay, I'm just going to dab this now. Just dab, 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 dab. Little dry blender brush. Okay, just very gently mist the base of that up there, like so. There, like that. Right, now let's start and put some tree trunks in like we said we were going to do. So I'm going to take some black and I'm going to take some burnt sienna. Okay, just mix them loosely on the brush. Doesn't really matter. Okay, and we'll pop some indications of some trees in. So we'll come down there. Now you can paint over the black primed tree trunks that you put in there if you so wish, or you can mist them out. You can mist them out and it'll look like trees are in the distance. Like so. Maybe a bit of an arm for him there, like that. Okay, we'll paint another one. In fact, I'm going to grab a bit more of the crimson, warm that up a little bit. Put a bit of crimson in that. There, we'll paint this one. Okay, because we've got the black already down, it should be a little bit more straightforward to paint. There we go. Big, strong tree there, like that. Well, I'm just painting some of these trees in though. I've got some subscriber art that I'd like you to see. They've been sending me some absolutely fantastic paintings that via the email and via Facebook and Instagram and things like that. So I'm going to spend a couple of minutes while I'm just painting in these trees to show you some of this artwork that you see. Okay. Well, wasn't them paintings absolutely fantastic? And if you've got a painting that you want to share with us, just send it to me. The links to my socials are down in the description. I'd love to share all your work on one of these painting videos as well. Absolutely fantastic. So thank you for that to those brilliant subscribers. Now all you've seen me do is I've just painted some big dark brown streaks just over top of that gesso. I've missed a few out where they are. And what I'm going to do now is take some liquid clear and some of that same brown colour, and I'm just going to put some indications of some branches. Now I'm just going to be doing this for a few minutes as well. So this is quite repetitive, but it does get you used to the equipment now. Why I'm using liquid clear rather than liquid white is why I'm using liquid clear rather than paint thinner is if I go over this, if I go over the liquid clear that's already on the canvas, we're going to have a little bit of a violent reaction, and we don't want that. We don't want that in this painting. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. We may have towards the end. What I'm going to do is just put some indications of some limbs, some branches that live out here. Just some thin oil and some dark paint. There, it's quite spooky this. If it wasn't a winter scene, this would make a nice Halloween scene perhaps. Just put some up there. You know how to make these though. Roll the brush through the paint, create a nice sharp point, and then just work away from. I work away from the trunk rather than working out, but it's your preference. You could work out there and then apply more pressure and get to the trunk that way. It's completely and utterly up to you how you do this. This tree looks like it's falling over, so we'll give him some arms or her some arms up there, just like this. And come in front of yourself as well. They don't just all stick out to the side. Sometimes they come up and across in front of everything, just like that. And maybe there's one or two smaller trees that live there like that. Lovely colours, absolutely stunning colours. Love this, love this. There, hardly any paint on the brush now. We can create some streaks there, maybe back there like so. But the black gesso has already done most of the work for us. It really has. Okay, to this I'm going to add a bit of, let's get some yellow ochre, and I'm just going to mix that in with some of that thin dark colour. Okay, yellow ochre, grab a bit of brown as well. A bit of white, should I say. Can't even tell what colours are what. So, dark brown, yellow ochre, maybe get a bit of burnt sienna. See what colour we're going to get. So it's a very deep, dirty, browny, yellowy colour. Okay, and then I'm just using the knife. I'm just going to ever so gently just put a little bit of a highlight. You probably can't see that. I'll lighten it up, I think. I'll lighten it up just for the camera. Okay, just there. You can see that now. Just put a little bit of definition on. Don't want to go too crazy. Don't want to go too crazy there. Just down, just very gently. I like that. It's missed a bit. That's all right. I don't mind that at all. Let it break. Let it break. Shh. Like so. Because there's light sources at this side. We'll come down this one. Forgive the arm. Just very gently down there like that. And then on this one, now we're going to see which tree's in front. So, say about there for him. Make it a bit lighter, I think. Give a bit more of that white. And then we'll come across here. Oh, in front of that tree. There, like that. We can put a little bit of an indication there as well. Going up there. Maybe a bit of a one on that branch as well. Don't want too much. Don't want too much. And maybe on this one there. Painting the trees is the fun thing. It takes a long time. But you've got unlimited time, I've not. My tea's nearly ready, so I've got to be quick. My tea is nearly ready. Okay, maybe even grab a bit of white now, and then here and there and here, just very gently, just on one or two of these trees where the light is bouncing and playing, we can really put in some nice shiny bits of light just singing straight through there. Look at that, look at that. Maybe up there as well. Like so, there we go. There we go. Like that, I like it, I like it. There, like that. Now we're cooking. Now we need to work on some foliage down here. So let's clear off that muck. Too much muck in the white. Pull it out. Pull it out. Tap in. Maybe get a tiny bit of blue. Just a tiny bit. Not much. Just want to flavour it just slightly. We've come away from the light source, so we can add a little bit of blue into this now. And just start by neatening all this lot up. Now if your paint is not sticking, add a tiny bit of paint thinner or liquid white. Just like that. Go over the feet of the trees. Just tap. The canvas is mainly painted for you anyway, so that's all we need to do. Just tap, 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 tap. A bit more white. This is zinc white I'm using today. It's very heavy. It's a lot heavier than titanium white. It's a lot heavier. But I thought we'd give it a go. See what happens. See what happens. Just tap the base. Create all sorts of little undergrowths and bramble bushes that have been touched by Jack Frost, you know, down here in the path. Like that. And maybe there's one or two just sneaking back there that you can hardly just make out. Just there, like that. Like so. Okay. Now I haven't forgot the path. Alright, so what I'm going to do, a little bit there, just tap, 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 tap. And we can just bring all this together. Bring it all together. Okay, just before I carry on, let's grab a fan brush. I'm going to grab some of this dark colour. I'm just going to pull this into the path. That just there, just create a bit of shadow. Just look like it could do with a bit of shadow. It's tormenting me. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. A bit more dark colour there. Okay, let's grab some of this white, burnt sienna. Make a nice light colour. And then let's just graze over the path this white colour. That. There we go. So got variants of colour in the path, my fantastic friends. There we go. A bit more. Grab, 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 grab. It just neatens all that up as well. Neatens all that up. Down there. Like so. Right. Let's work on that little puddle. I know I'm going crazy and all over the place, but hey ho. That's how we rock and roll here, yeah? That's how we rock and roll. So, liquid white. Running out of space on the palette. And I'm going to use the small edge of the small knife. I'm just going to cut in a little waterline. Just there, around that path, around that puddle. If you want to see how to make these puddles, go check out Paul's video. It's absolutely amazing. There. Like put in some sticks if you wish. Well, we've got that knife going. There we go. Right, so let's just carrying on. A bit more of that white paint. And we'll just put some more little shrubs and bushes that live just down here. However we want them. However we want them. There, just a bit more there. Grab a bit more of that paint. Running out of wintry white. That's alright, we know. Come over the path. It pushes the path down, you see. Pushes the path down. And maybe you'll know a little wood that's like this with a little bit of a path. It's got all sorts of little creatures living in there. There, like that. How's it looking? Maybe a bit more back there. Just one or two there and here. What I'm going to do, well, I've got that on the brush. I'm just going to just ever so gently just tap one or two of these up here. They've lost the leaves, but there'll be a tiny indication of some twigs and whatnots that are up there. Just like that. Don't want to go too crazy. Like that. There, I think we're about finished. So I'm going to grab the old script liner brush, and again, use thin oil for this, because if you use paint thinner, you end up making your name won't look right. So I'm just going to use a little bit of red, sign it down here, just like that. So if you have enjoyed this one, please give it a big thumbs up. Okay, if you do this one, send me a picture. Okay, when you've got unlimited time, you might take a bit more time with it than I have, but I just wanted to show you how I did it. Okay, subscribe to the channel if you're not already done so. Thumbs up, comment and all that lot. And until next time, take care of yourself, stay safe, happy days.